Hey guys, what's going on? It's been a very long time, but I promise you I'll make a separate video about everything that's been going on, off camera. So which they could be a while. So, but I was planning to make a video a lot sooner, but things happened in between. I got caught up with other things. Because for those of you that don't know or who are just joining in on me, I'm currently in the military. So I have another year in my contract before I separate from service, and honestly, I'm unsure if I'm gonna keep going or just get out. So far, I'm deciding that I'm gonna just step out, and the reasons for that, I'll mention later on. But for now, in this video, I just want to touch little something that I've been meaning to say. I've been meaning to like put out there. Even though in my past videos I may have mentioned, I may have made a video similar to it. Actually, yeah, yeah. So, but here I want to reiterate some of those stuff, you know, no, currently. So I want to talk about, you know, like one of the important things that someone must have, you know, when you're in a position, of leadership, you know, whether you're just forced to do it or you voluntarily wanted to do it, either way, this thing is for both, right? So okay, it's just right off the bat, I'm not a perfect person. Obviously we all make mistakes. We all have different personalities, that we bring into the table. We have different upbringings, different mindsets, different opinions, and that's fine. It's normal. It's part of being human, right? But the one thing I want to say is, if you're in a position of leadership, right? Like I said, whether it's forced upon you or you wanted to do it, you volunteer to do it, you know, you you have to at least. So, all right, let me mention the first thing. If you're I guess forced. I mean, I'm not sure that's the right word for it, but I'm gonna use that for now. Let's say if you're forced to be in a position of leadership, you know, at least don't at least try to do the best you can with with what they give you or offer you or whatever, right? Because one of the things that I don't like, that is that people, they don't really, they don't genuinely, have that care for others, you know. And again, I understand, we're all different. We have different mindsets. I get it. But at the same time, remember, mind you as a human being, you should have some sort of, I want to say, I guess maybe love for one another. And as far as spreading, that positivity to one another. So, and what I mean by that is, again, if let's say if you're a leader, either you're a manager or supervisor of any sorts, that you should at least be able to take care of the people below you, and do it the right way. So obviously, like I said, it depends who you have, the person you're leading. So whatever the person could be, I don't know, he could be a troublemaker, or he could have a dark past or whatever. So of course I understand you have to approach it accordingly. But at the end of the day, you have to show that person that you're there to help them. You're there to guide them, to mentor him or her. Whatever the case may be. Because the things I don't like is that that you don't really properly take care of people that are under you, and that's one thing that I'll never understand. But again, if it was forced upon you, like sometimes in the military, you got to do things that sometimes you don't want to do because they put you in that position. So you have to like make the best out of that situation. So So, but either way, just try your best because at the end of the day, the person below you it's got nothing to do with you got put in that position that you have to lead people. So, so the person below you, it's not their fault. I mean, it just happened. So just just going on with it, right? I mean, there'll be times that they tell me to do things that honestly I don't want to do, but I do it because that's my duty and that's what I'm supposed to do, right? But I always say because I know I made a video about this before about leadership. You know, like a good leader always looks out for their people, for their team, no matter what. Anytime, any day, that person should make themselves available. You know, because things happen. Like I said, things happen. So, because sometimes you get one person below you that wants to find somebody to confide in, but if that person doesn't feel that you could be trusted, or doesn't feel that you giving him enough I'm gonna say like that bond or anything, then that person's not gonna do it. Because obviously, because he may see you as like standoffish, or like sometimes you don't want to be bothered, by your own team or whatever. So, and believe me, your team they'll definitely pick up on that. So whether you're having a good day or a bad day, they'll know. I mean, they're not, you know, they're not stupid. They'll know. So my point here is that if you're a leader, just try your best. Do the right thing. Make yourself available to them, mentor them, guide them. Or also another thing that one thing that I don't personally don't like. I don't like this little segregation of cliques or whatever they call it. You have one group here, another group here. Instead of just being one group, sharing all together. That's what I like. I like the whole group, the whole team togetherness. I don't like this whole separation, and then the leader of that group, that he only hangs out with a certain amount of people, while everybody else, they do their own thing. Which is fine to a certain degree, but for the most part, every single member of that team has to be, they have to feel that they're part of the team. They have to feel that the leader actually cares for them. Actually, wants them to be there. So and you got to share that the harmony together, and not just in like in patches or whatever. So I mean that's how what I like. But like I said, sometimes you don't get that, and I'm living proof and witness to a lot of those things that I'm mentioning right now, that that I haven't seen proper leadership up to now. So which I don't want to get too much into it because obvious reasons, but like I said, later on, much later in the future, I'll make a video about that. So but yeah, but right now I just wanted to address that. So whoever watches this video, and if you're a leader, like either a supervisor or manager, whatever. I mean, you could be in a either military or outside or whatever. It doesn't matter. This applies to everyone and to anyone. So just bear that in mind. Because I understand. Like sometimes like a position may be forced upon you and that you have to do it even though you don't want to, but make the best of it. Because at the end of the day, think about it. If you do great things for other people, that should make you feel great, awesome. You should feel somewhat privileged that you're able to help somebody else in need, change their life or whatever. So like I said, remember you never know what someone is going through. You never know what someone is going through until you actually take the time to ask them or her. So a lot of times, they could be going through some turmoil in their lives. Maybe they might be going through some dark times, or they might have issues, family issues, financial issues, and for those that they're not experienced handling those things, they could quickly become overwhelmed, and sometimes they may feel that they have no way out, so they're just flustered, or they're in their own world, and they may get depressed by it. So we've all been there. So By actually, taking the time to know your team members, you know, believe me, it makes a big difference. And believe me, they'll see it and they'll appreciate it. Some of them may not say anything, or they may not, thank you for it. But believe me, they'll know. They'll definitely see the difference. So because believe it or not, sometimes we have bad leaders that they're just there. They don't care for their team. Then believe me, it shows a lot. It shows. Remember, so your team is a product of you. So depending how you treat them, how you're with them, then your team will react accordingly. So I just want to say that just a little bit of advice, tip, or whatever you want to call it. But I just want to say those things, and I know it's been a while since I've done videos, but I'm gonna try to find a good, I guess, not time, but like, well, time also, but let's say like an opportunity like for me to make this, because being out here is different. So that when I was before in the military, so it's much easier for some reason. But I will get back into it. I won't say when. I won't say when, because I know if I say when, then it might not happen. Then obviously I lose credibility. So I won't say when. Just when I'm ready, boom. I'll start pushing out videos with, and actually I have some good topics I'm going to talk about in the future. So yeah, so that's all I want to say. For those of you out there, hopefully you get to watch this video, and hopefully you learn something. Hopefully I could maybe these words I just mentioned could somehow get to you, kind of make you reflect on those things. So, but like I said, we're not perfect. Obviously, we have different styles of leading, managing, mentoring, all those things. So, but at the end of the day, you have to make sure that we're doing it for the right reasons. If you can't find the right reason, then at least do the basic, the very basic. Make sure, at least make sure that that they're okay. That there's at least somebody out there that actually somewhat cares about them. So, but yeah. Anyways, hopefully this video will serve you some good. And thank you so much for watching. I appreciate this, really do. So if you can, if you feel that somebody could use this advice or tip, please, send them this video to them. Pass the word around, pass the love. I would really appreciate that. Until the next time.